Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 4 video. The Dance of Knives Rogue is evolving and I have now successfully cleared tier 100 pit actually and now unlocked up to tier 105, but tier 100 was kind of tedious. My run also was a bit scuffed. It is a not listed or unlisted video. I leave the link in the description below if you want to really watch that. But we will be doing tier 95 here because it's more like to farm and I still need to actually max my glyphs. But let's get into the build. We do have a skill tree right here. We have sturdy and siphoning strikes. Both are not maxed. I think the sturdy is maxed for the damage reduction and 2 in the siphoning strikes. And of course we have Dance of Knives with discipline dash to get the knockdown, and then weapon mastery, unstable elixirs, and trick attacks, of course, as well as concealment with subverting concealment, the dark shroud with enhanced dark shroud, malice, exploit, all the good stuff, chemical advantage as well as dead eye for more distant damage, shadow clone fully maxed out, impetus, aftermath, unto dawn, second wind 1 point, haste 1 point, and then momentum. Paragon, we are looking at the versatility glyph just to increase our damage, pretty self-explanatory. Cheap shot for crowd control damage, and pride is something I newly, let's say, discovered and put in. That's why I'm dealing more damage with that. I previously had, I think it was canny or something, but this overall does more damage to elites, which are the crux in the higher pits actually. So for pushing it's really good. Then we have devious on the no witness board. This is the same. And we got the control, of course, together with exploit weakness right here. And lastly, headhunter, also increasing our damage against elites, together with Danse Macabre. Mercenaries, we're looking at Vajana, still with Bloodlust for giving us attack speed, and then Rahir for giving us Bastion in case we become injured. Witchcraft Powers, Pyranado, Grow. Purging Touch is new because of the latest patch. They kind of fix the interaction with the Shadow Clone and Purging Touch. And then Aura Specialization, Hex of Shattering, and Aura of Siphoning stayed the same. What else? What else? Specialization, of course, preparation, and that's it, I think. Yeah, gear. Well, it's mostly the same, but I actually finally found some ancestral rings that I can use. We got the Call of the Nameless right here, it's just too good to not use. And the Shroud of False Death, I'm now having the Back rune right here together with the Vex rune to gain the all skills. Fist of Fate, these are pretty poor still. We actually only use them for the attack speed and the unique effect. And the Evil Lucky Hit is nice, but the rolls are so low actually. I need a better one. Tibalds is okay. I recently rerolled the Masterworking for more damage reduction. Of course, the maximum resource is garbage, but well, what can you do? And then these ones also, they got their kind of 2 GAs are not bad, but well, Dance of Knives also good. But actually, I think you cannot go higher than 6 to Dance of Knives anyways, even if it's a GA and you get 2 Masterworks on it. Maybe if you get 3, it's higher, but this is fine. As you can see, all my gear is now 12 out of 12 Masterwork. They haven't hit what I want to hit. Like, for example, here, of course, I want a triple Dance of Knives, but it takes so many tries to get that. And then here, the critical strike damage is also very, very low. We can actually kind of reroll that at the occultist someday. Still have my triple GA amulet with not the best affixes, but all the affixes are pretty helpful. So I'm not complaining. Would be nice though to have something that gives us a passive. As well as I've got the legendary gem right here. I actually don't know what's it called, but well, you can see here the effect and can look it up yourself. As well as here, I actually don't know if it's a legendary gem. It's just a, what do you say, occultist gem? Not occultist gem. Seasonal power gem, whatever. And then our ancestral ring on attack speed had another dexterity, and I rerolled the all rest because we need that. I actually would like to have critical strike damage, but then we don't have capped resistances. Tempers, kind of poor. Next damage on next attack after stealth is not what you want to see here. Here the same thing. Actually, it's even the lowest roll here on the damage on next attack after entering stealth. Yeah, not the greatest, but still a huge upgrade from our last rings, which weren't even ancestral. Then I got one dagger and one sword, kind of mix it up a little bit. I feel like swords might even be better because of critical strike damage. And yeah, cutthroat attack speed and then shadow clone deals extra damage or double damage, which needs actually at least 2 tempers here or 3 tempers here to go to 100% together. But yeah, I tried it, doesn't work. The tempers that do hit here are actually pretty nice. Dexterity, cutthroat, attack speed, and then one on the shadow clone both have this. It's not too bad actually. Alright, enough talk. Also, consumables are also, I always use Elixir of Advantage. Soothing Spice to give me more res, because then we hit the max res actually. Song of the Mountain give us armor. Actually don't need it, specifically, because we have 1292, but we don't use it, we only have 900 something because of the total armor percentage. And then dexterity right here. Let's go to pit 95 and see how it goes. I was actually testing out a different variant in terms of legendary aspects. I think I haven't even talked about the legendary aspects, right? So we've concussive strikes, we have synergy here, stolen vigor, Behemoth's Brawler, which is not maxed, unfortunately, Clandestine, and a Potshake Furor, and Star Shards. I was actually trying to put Stolen Vigor on my two-handed crossbow, removing the synergy, putting Potshake Furor on the amulet, and putting the one, what's it called? Imitated Imbuement on the dagger, which then would boost up my Shadow Clone even more, but it was worse overall. So this setup makes more damage, but I still need to snapshot. So we need to do all the rotation for the highest damage, which, you know, can be a bit tedious and a bit, you know, playing piano on your, well, in this case, controller. But I actually gotten used to it, and I changed it to like this more Shadow Clone. It's still a Shadow Clone focus build, don't get me wrong, but we still do, I think, significant damage with Dance of Knives on its own, but we need our Shadow Clone, of course. But when I change it to a more, let's say, Shadow Clone-centric build, I don't really need to do the double potion stuff to get my, you know, extra damage. Then it was kind of uncomfortable in a different way. And yeah, talking and trying to do this stuff still kind of screws it sometimes, but yeah, we're trying. Trying my best here. And I have to say, I still sometimes don't understand some of the interactions, because sometimes I do like a ton of damage, instantly killing the group, the elites, and sometimes it's like, I need quite some time to kill them. And I noticed with Dance of Knives, and maybe even the Shadow Clone is at fault here, sometimes they just don't focus what I want to focus. And it's especially annoying if there is a monster that gives the others the protection aura, like, you know, where you deal less damage. Because if, like, the Shadow Clone or whatever it is not focusing these guys, then it kind of takes a while to kill the group. But as you can see here, pit 95 is not a problem. I know we're not like at the best timing right now, it's already been 3 minutes, but as I said before, I'm not nailing this whole rotation right now, since I'm trying to do this live, talking through it. But I'm pretty satisfied with the result. Just, you know, maxing out some masterworks. It's not even maxed out. I mean, the masterwork is maxed out, but it didn't hit like the 3 out of 3 or the 2 out of 3 even. that I would need. So there's still some room for improvement, and I think I could get tier 100 on that farm level that I do now. I also need some gems still, some grand gems. Still rocking some royals. And as you see here, I kind of scuffed the rotation a bit. Sometimes it's also, I'm running out of potions, which is, you know, not great. We need to make sure that we have at least 2 potions for this boss fight, so we can do our proper snapshot. What do I mean by snapshot? I will explain in a second. I forgot to explain it because I was thinking, oh, people will probably watch my previous video, which, you know, probably is not the case. But if all of this was too fast for you, I have actually 2 videos. One where I explain like just the basics and just the ends of knife stroke, and then the second one where I do pit 85. So snapshotting means that I will buff myself up, and then I will start the ends of knives, and the buffs that I had or the damage that I will do starting the ends of knives will stay throughout the whole channel. So I do usually. I use 1 potion because of the what's it called? The rune is called Quax rune, Yax Quax. So I need to drink 2 potions to have the effect of Quax, which means that next non-basic skill cast spends all my primary resources and deal up to 100% damage based on the percentage of resources spent, and this will last throughout the whole cast of Dens of Knives. That's a snapshot, right? So I do 1 potion, I do Shadow Clone, Cold Imbuement, Stealth or Concealment rather, and then another potion, and then I go casting. And then it will usually, now it kind of bugs out because I'm in this sphere, I think, but usually it will also use all my energy, and it also means that we get the cooldown back on Shadow Clone because we have preparation, right? Because it will reduce our cooldown if we spend 75 energy, and we will be spending like 157, so that will go down by another 10 seconds or so. And yeah, that's the whole rotation. That's what snapshotting means. But yeah, that's the yes, pit pushing variant or whatever. Again, like you could lean more into Shadow Clone, but I didn't find that very successful. And I looked up some other Dens of Knife Stroke on the leaderboard. There isn't many, and they have like some kind of variant leaning more into Shadow Clone, also using the Grasp of Shadow, but they also have overall pretty bonkers equipment and pretty bonkers masterworking and you know, greater affixes. So I'm not sure it's overall the better variant to just go all in the Shadow Clone, but you don't have to snapshot as much, so it's up to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Good luck, have fun, and goodbye.